Hello, I have Selena here with me to talk more about geology because, that's our favorite. We love talking about rocks and the earth and all of those things. And so today we're going to talk to you more about composition of the earth. And last time we talked about the crust, the mantle, the core, and more details of the crust, where we talked about oceanic crust and continental crust. And we talked about how continental crust and oceanic crust are different, that continental crust is lighter in weight and color, and oceanic crust is darker in color and heavier in weight. And now we're going to talk more about those pieces of the crust. We talked last time that they were called plates, that the crust is broken into plates that float on the Earth's surface. Now, it's not like this. It's not like a hard-boiled egg with a solid shell. It's like a hard-boiled egg that has cracks in its shell. And so the Earth is more like this one. So we're going to turn on the other view so you can see the egg. Okay, so here is the eggshell, and it is broken into plates. You can see some of the cracks. I know it's hard to see on the video. I'm going to trace them with this marker so you can see the edges of the plates. And maybe this will seem familiar to you, that maybe you've seen maps or pictures of the Earth that have the plates drawn on them. And maybe you'll also notice it kind of just looks like the map with the ocean basins and the continents on there. These plates, these pieces of crust, are floating on the mantle and moving around because of the heat that's coming from the mantle. Remember, the mantle is a plastic solid, not a liquid or a rigid solid. It's a plastic solid, meaning that it's moving and changing its shape. It's still staying in a sphere, but it's changing its shape in there. And that heat from the mantle is what allows the plates to move, the crust plates to move. So I want to cut this egg open, and I want to see the layers inside, because not only are the plates on the surface just like the plates of the Earth, but the layers inside of this egg,
That's a satisfying sound.
are just like the layers of the Earth. You can see the shell is the lithosphere, the white of the egg is the mantle, and the yellow of the yolk, the yellow of the egg, is the core. So the shell of the egg is the crust or the lithosphere, the white is the mantle, and the yellow, the yolk, is the core. Remember last week I told you a really fun word to say, the asthenosphere? The asthenosphere is the layer that the crust floats on. The egg even has an asthenosphere. I'll show you, it's right here. See this tiny little layer right here? Do you see this? It's so hard to show you because it's so thin. See this tiny little layer right here that the knife is under? That's the top of the mantle, but it's not part of the shell. That would be just like the asthenosphere. That's the part that the crust floats on. That's so much fun to talk rocks with you and talk about the Earth. In your journal, you're going to draw a picture, just like we drew before. This time is showing the egg with its layers, and we're going to take some notes on the plates. The plates are really quite cool, and in our next lesson, you're going to learn about what happens as the plates interact with each other. So for your follow-up, you're going to draw your egg and the layers, and then you'll also follow up this next lesson on the same page. We'll see you over there at further details of plate tectonics. See you soon.